Then they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love, by our love. Hey everybody,
Hi.
it
Good
is.
morning. Two old people sitting on a couch.
It's Mary and it's Jack, and
Well, it's us.
we're two not as old as some of the people we know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Mary and he's Jack.
Yeah. So anyway, we are here to talk about
Corrie Ten Boom and
Heroes of the Faith. Yeah,
Mhm.
Corrie Ten Boom. We got a picture of Corrie.
Yes, we do.
Of course, the picture is when she is much older, probably 30 years after the events that we're going to talk about. And the cool thing about Heroes of the Faith, I was just thinking about that while we were getting ready to record this, is, they believe so deeply in the truth of who Jesus Christ is, and they believe in the core of their soul. We talked about earlier, if you go back and look, a video about Arx Axiom, their core beliefs are just and they're not looking to be heroes of the faith. They're just looking to be obedient. So Mary, we're going to test Mary's memory here.
Uh-oh.
And what can you tell me about Corrie Ten Boom?
Well, she was a watchmaker. Okay. She was a daughter of a watchmaker. Her dad did that. Yeah. He owned a shop making watches, and she was a Christian and a member of the resistance.
Resistance of what?
Well, over in Germany, the Nazis and the persecuting the Jews.
This is World War II stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, and what did she started out? I don't know if you remember this, Mary. She started out saving babies. She baby Jews and now it wasn't just Corrie. Who else in her family was involved in the resistance?
Everyone. Her father, her sister Betsy, and her brother.
Yes, and nephews and just the whole family. So here's another little information that I didn't know until I did some research. And like I said, I've taught this to children. We like doing the Heroes of the Faith in our children's ministry. When we had one, we did it over the summer usually.
Yes.
And I had a lot of fun with it. Last week, Jim Elliott. This week, Corrie Ten Boom. But their family saved about 800 Jewish people.
Wow.
Is that awesome?
That's awesome. Hiding them in their house.
Look at the notes. In the hiding place.
Yeah, that's the name of a book and a movie.
Yeah. And an actual place.
And it is an actual place.
You can actually go to Holland.
Yep.
Netherlands. Is that the same thing? Holland, Netherlands?
Yes. And take a tour.
Take a tour of the house, yeah. But what happened to them? They were turned in.
Yeah. They were sent to concentration camp.
Yeah, and sad. I mean, basically, bottom line in it, every member of the family died because of this, except one.
And that would be Corrie.
And so Mary has someone. Okay, I'm just going to let you do it. What is your take on this whole story? When you look at the story, what does it mean to you? What does it mean to your faith?
Well, Corrie was the only one who survived, but Betsy was in the same camp with her sister Corrie, and she actually was used by God in a powerful way in Corrie's life, because Betsy was beaten, right, by a guard, and Corrie was angry, like any of us would be. She wanted revenge. She hated this guard, and Betsy would lay there and tell her she had to forgive him. She told her sister, she would say to her, we have to forgive her. And this was very hard for Corrie. And of course, at the time, she didn't forgive this guard.
No. One thing Corrie and her sister did when they were in the camp was they held Bible studies.
Yes.
With the people, which was really cool. But what eventually happened to Betsy?
Well, Betsy died in the camp, and Corrie, of course, carried this anger and this hate towards this guard
Yeah. So
out of the camp. She survived.
look. You can hear, the cool thing is you can hear Corrie speak herself. In fact,
Mm-hmm.
there's a video. There's many videos, but there's one on Corrie Ten Boom and forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
And so my take on the whole story is, like I kind of already said, Corrie, just like any other human being, wanted revenge. In fact, she dreamed, according to what I've seen, she dreamed of killing this guard because of beating up Betsy. And Betsy was like, you have to love her, and that, Corrie's the one who survived.
Yeah.
And Corrie was the one who became a proponent of forgiveness. And that just is so important to me because I'm not so great at forgiving people. And it just really convicts me that what they went through. And her father, literally within a week, because he was an elderly man, within a week of being arrested, died. He couldn't stand. His body
couldn't do the work.
He couldn't do it. Yeah. And he passed away about a week after they were arrested, which is brutal to find out. And her story of forgiveness is like Christ's forgiveness, and that's what was living inside of Corrie, was Christ's forgiveness. And the person who turned them in, did you know what became of him?
He ended up, was he the one that was in the church? Years later, or was that the guard?
That was the guard.
That was the guard. Okay.
That was the guard. Yeah. So there's two stories there. Maybe you could tell the guard story, but the person who turned them in wrote Corrie after the war years later. And I forget the whole details of the letter, but essentially Corrie wrote him back. And I'm going to cry, sorry. Because this man led to the death of her entire family except for her. And she said, I forgive you. And I love you. And I want you to come to know Jesus. And through a series of them writing back and forth, he became a Christian.
Yeah. Amen.
And so the people that he turned in, he's spending eternity with them. And kind of reminds me of the story of the tending out the flock, not the flock, but tending the field. And Corrie and her family got hired into the field like in hour 1, and this man got hired at hour 12 and got the same payment. He got eternity with God, and that's the point of that story. So that just touches me. Now, what do you remember about? Because I'd forgotten about that story.
Yes, when Corrie was speaking in a church, and after the service, people were coming up and greeting her and everything, and this man came up and he said, I was a guard. It was a guard in the concentration camp, and he asked her forgiveness. And that's when, at that point, she really had to think about it. She said she stopped, and she was face to face with the person who had just beat her sister, and her sister had died, and she actually had to work through that before she did tell him that she did forgive him. So
her forgiveness is Christ's forgiveness towards us. And
and
the reality is, Jeremiah 32, our hearts are exceedingly deceitful and desperately wicked, and we are no more righteous than, what the people did in those concentration camps was evil, but we are no more righteous than them.
No.
Our righteousness is filthy rags, and she was able to forgive them. And that is the wonders of Corrie's story. And the fact that her family put themselves at risk. To hide the Jews, and they saved over 800. And how many, think about it, how many families, how many people are alive today because of Corrie's and her family's obedience in hiding these Jews? I mean, 800 people in the 40s, and that's 2 generations of people now. That could be 1,000
yeah.
people, 2,000, 3,000 people that are alive today because of Corrie's family's obedience. So here's the question we ask, which every one of these: did Corrie set out to become a hero of the faith?
No, she didn't.
No, she did not. It was a miracle of God. And here's something that she was released on a clerical error. Only God can do things like that. In fact, the very next day after she was released, that entire camp was moved and, I believe, executed. And Corrie was saved by 24 hours. In a clerical error.
God had a big purpose for her.
Sorry, I get that's real stuff. Really moves me. God's amazing grace. So, do a little research on Corrie Ten Boom. What an incredible hero of the faith, and we're going to continue doing heroes of the faith, and we are going to do one of I think our biggest follower. She usually comments and gives a thumbs up every week.
What a sweetie.
Yeah, so we appreciate that. We don't know who our other followers are. But anyway, her hero of the faith is
Brother Andrew.
Brother Andrew. So we're going to be including him. Probably not doing him next week.
God's smuggler.
God's smuggler, yeah. We'll talk about him. So, hey, see you next week.
God bless you.
God bless you. Bye.
God loves you.
And they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love, by